Hey there F1 fans, well, it's been an exciting start to the season with Red Bull dominating the races and Mercedes and Ferrari struggling to keep up. But there's one team that surprised us all, Aston Martin. Their incredible improvement over the last few years has been nothing short of impressive, and their signing of Fernando Alonso, a two-time world champion and a legend of the sport, has given them the morale boost they needed to compete at the highest level. So, could this be the year that Alonso wins his third title? Let's dive in and explore the exciting world of Formula 1, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date with all the latest F1 news and analysis.
Alonso is onto the podium once again in Formula 1.
Wow, what a challenge Aston Martin had on their hands when Fernando Alonso joined their Formula 1 team. He set the bar high with his grand expectations, but look and behold, Aston Martin has not only met but exceeded them, and they did it in record time. It's truly remarkable how quickly they were able to surpass their targets by at least a year, leaving us all scratching our heads in amazement. Last August, when Alonso made the decision to join the team, he couldn't stop raving about their potential. He boldly declared his intention to win again in F1 and proclaimed that no other team showed a greater vision or commitment to winning than Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso's optimism lately has been through the roof. And can you blame him? He's managed to secure 3 consecutive third-place finishes in the first 3 races of the 2023 season. Talk about a hot streak. But get this, he's not satisfied with just being on the podium. Oh no, he's got his sights set on race victories, and he's even got Red Bull in his corner supporting him. I mean, come on, this is the same team that finished dead last in the championship just a year ago. It's like a Cinderella story unfolding before our very eyes.
Fernando Alonso will join Aston Martin next season in Formula 1, replacing the retiring Sebastian Vettel. The two-time world champion will leave Alpine.
When Fernando Alonso announced his move from Alpine to Aston Martin, the F1 community couldn't help but wonder if this was his final shot at glory. And let's be real, a hefty paycheck too. Hitching his wagon to one of the top midfield options, if not the best, was undoubtedly a smart move, but it came with a catch: significant pressure and the potential to fail. However, if he could pull it off, it would be a triumph that would take years to build. The stakes were high and expectations even higher. But that's the thing about legends like Alonso, they thrive under pressure.
So yeah, he signed a proposal and it was a happy one for me, and we move on.
When Fernando Alonso made the decision to join Aston Martin, he had his eyes set on a long-term project that could potentially reach its culmination before the end of his already extended career. He believed that his contributions to the team could help them achieve greater successes, even long after he had retired before driving. Little did he know that the team's sudden rise to podium contention in the 2023 season would take everyone by surprise, including himself.
Yes. What you have done, guys. What you have done. I'm so proud of you.
To his sheer amazement, he's had the best start to an F1 season in a decade, with 3 consecutive third-place finishes, and the team is performing better than he could have ever imagined. Talks are beginning to emerge that Fernando Alonso might be able to go head-to-head with Max Verstappen for the championship itself, and understandably so. However, Alonso remained cautious in his statements after the Australian GP when asked about such a feat. But let's be real, the mere possibility of this happening is enough to send any F1 fan into a frenzy. At 41 years old and with over 350 races to his name, Alonso is currently the oldest driver on the F1 grid, embarking on his 20th season in the sport this year. And what a season it's shaping up to be. With a vastly improved Aston Martin team, he's proving that age is just a number and that he's still got plenty of fight left in him.
Do you still believe that this third title is possible?
Always, I believe.
In a recent interview with team sponsor Bang & Olufsen, Fernando Alonso was asked about his extensive F1 career and what the future may hold, including how long he plans to continue competing in the top echelon of the sport beyond his current multi-year deal. It's always fascinating to get insights from a driver of Alonso's caliber, especially one who's been around the F1 block for 2 decades. I would love to know the answer as well. Alonso began. I think when I started in Formula 1, my idea was to be here for 7 or 8 years. Then I won the 2 championships and I thought I would race maybe 1 or 2 more years, then I'll stop. Now I find myself with the longest career ever in Formula 1. I'm still fresh, I'm still motivated, I'm still enjoying every single day. I wake up in the morning and I'm happy at what I'm doing. There is a few more years, I think, for me. Hopefully, with a title contender in the future. Now, thanks to Aston Martin's impressive showing in the 2023 season, Fernando Alonso's F1 podium drought finally came to an end with 3 consecutive rostrum finishes at the opening rounds of the season in Bahrain, Saudi Arabia and Australia. It was a remarkable achievement for the 41-year-old driver who had not seen the podium for quite some time. However, Alonso's last race win dates back to 2013 when he was driving for Ferrari, and his 2 world titles were won while racing for Renault in 2005 and 2006. Despite this, there is a growing sense of excitement that a 3rd crown could be within his reach with his new team. After making the switch from Alpine to Aston Martin in the off-season, Fernando Alonso has been proving his critics wrong. The AMR 23 car has been performing admirably, and the team is currently the closest challenger to the dominant Red Bull. During a recent interview, Alonso was asked whether he could be a serious contender for the championship, to which he responded, "Always," he told Aston Martin sponsor Bang & Olufsen. "I think it's possible, that's why I keep racing, obviously. The challenge is big, we need to overcome some difficulties and some top teams that are now on top of the sport, but I race every day and I train every day thinking the fact that it's possible." Well, despite his impressive start to the season, Alonso has maintained a level-headed approach to Aston Martin's chances of clinching the championship title. He recognises that there are several challenges that the team must overcome before it can realistically be in contention for the top spot. Instead, the team's primary objective of the season is to build a solid foundation for a more sustained challenge in 2024, while still aiming to secure their 33rd win in the process. "I think at the moment we have to keep our feet in the ground," he added. "The aim for the team is just to have a good season. They struggled a lot in 2022, so I think we have to, let's say, walk before run. I think this 2023 campaign is just about getting better, get to know the car better, start a new project from day one. And that's where we're at the moment. Hopefully we'll have more podiums and hopefully we'll fight for race wins. But I think to fight for the championship, I think we need to, as I said, set the team a little bit before doing that." Mike Crack, the team principal of Aston Martin, shares Fernando's views and emphasises the importance of maintaining a calm and focused approach towards achieving their goals this season. He also stresses that Alonso's age should not be a factor in determining his ability to compete for the championship. "I think the most important thing is the speed and the desire to compete, or the desire to be competitive," Crack told media. "I don't like to speak about age, about Fernando's age, about my age also, by the way. In general, I think it's really important how you keep yourself fit, how you keep yourself in, and what's your desire to do well. And this is something outstanding that Fernando is having."
And for the 99th time in Formula 1, Fernando Alonso.
Went away from Sergio Perez once he got past Fernando Alonso after a great battle at the start. And Fernando Alonso gets the 3rd place trophy from Andrew Fraser, who told me the other night.
Well, despite initially planning to only stay in Formula 1 for 7 or 8 years after securing his 2 championships with Renault, Fernando Alonso finds himself with the longest career ever in the sport. Surpassing his original expectations, he remains motivated to fight for a 3rd title, still feeling fresh and enjoying every single day of racing. He believes that he has a few more years in him and hopes to become a title contender again in the future. Acknowledging Alonso's achievements, it's clear that he's one of the greatest drivers in the history of Formula 1, having accomplished more than many drivers can even dream of. With his vast experience, exceptional skills and unshakable determination, coupled with Aston Martin's impressive car design, which blends the best of both worlds from Mercedes and Red Bull, there is no limit to what the Spanish driver and his team can achieve. But can he win the championship? Well, only time will tell. However, as long as he continues to compete in Formula 1, he'll continue to inspire and entertain us with his extraordinary talent and his unwavering love for the sport. So, do you think Alonso and Aston Martin have what it takes to clinch the championship? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below and stay tuned for our next video.